one, it's going to be awkward. Let's face it, you're talking about money with some faceless person over the internet or over text message. It's going to be weird, okay? Number two, it's going to save you lots of money in the long run, okay? Just do it, okay? It's going to save you money. Number three, if something doesn't retail new for $15 to $20, don't waste your time, energy, possible safety or gas money on trying to get this item. It's just not worth it. Go to Dollar Tree, Walmart, Amazon, buy it there instead. Number four, yes, you can search for individual things on Craigslist that you want. However, I would recommend also checking the free section at least once or twice a day, and also check the for sale section in your city with no filters on. Okay, do this 4 to 5 times a day. Eventually, you're going to find that there's items that are a really good deal that have just been posted in the last hour, 30 minutes, and you'll be the first one to call and get an incredible deal. It's like 90% off a retail or something like that. But if you're not checking without any filters multiple times a day, those deals are going to be gone within an hour. So if you're really looking for deals, every once in a while, just check throughout the day. Number five, on most items being sold for less than $50, do the negotiation in advance, over text or over email before you get there. Okay, this is a newer one for me, but let's think about it. If you're a seller and you're trying to sell something for 20 bucks or 30 bucks, you finally get someone who's interested. You find a time and place that that work. Usually it's at your house. You find a time that works for them, your home. You let everyone in the house know there's someone coming. Just be prepared. You do all this prep work. The person gets there and they offer you $15 for something that you're asking $30. Well, now you're like, okay, this is obviously a difficult situation for the seller because they put all this time invested into this buyer, and this person just asked for essentially 50% off. When if you reposted it for $25 the next day, you could get a buyer. So don't put the seller in an awkward position like that. If it's something simple, less than $50, and it either works or it doesn't, and you know that it works, just do the negotiation beforehand and then have them demonstrate that it works when you show up, hand over the cash previously agreed upon, and be on your way. And that leads into number 6. Don't go into big purchases trying to negotiate the price down 30%. Okay, so if you see something that you really want, but you feel like it's a little bit overpriced, don't tell the seller, oh yeah, hey, let's set up a time, let me test drive it, let me look at it, and then after you do all this and take their time and energy, say, oh, I'm going to offer you this, which is 30% less than what you're asking. Don't do that. You're wasting the seller's time. Number 7, for big ticket items, do feel free to bring along a friend or a parent, someone who can help you when you're assessing if this will be a good deal, if the product is functional, and so forth. That's completely reasonable. Okay. Also, you can ask for test drive. That's completely fine. A lot of times you just leave your other car there as sort of a collateral. It makes the seller feel at ease to know you're going to come back for it. May ask you for a driver's license, insurance information if you're test driving a car. Just be aware of that. Number 8, always bring cash. Always bring cash. A lot of times cash talks. If you have the cash in hand and you can give it to them, that might, if you are trying to negotiate on something, especially a bigger ticket item, you have the cash in hand, money talks, okay, versus having to come back and get it and meet the bank. If you have the cash, you're going to be able to get better deals. Number 9, you can try to meet in a public place, but in general, most people, I'd say 99% of people are going to want you to meet at their home to pick up the item. So when you get an address after you've agreed on a meeting time and location, put that address into Google Maps, check it out, make sure you know where it's at. It's not a house that doesn't exist. Make sure everything checks out there before you go, and tell someone before you go and where you're going. Number 10, look everything over, no matter what it is. If you spend even 15 seconds examining the item, that could be enough to sort of throw an inexperienced seller for a loop. They may kind of feel like you're an expert and you're evaluating them. It's going to make them uneasy, and it could even make them, I've had this happen where while you're kind of checking stuff out, they'll actually throw you an offer less than what you were even willing to pay and what you had showed up there expecting to pay. And so they essentially lowered the price on it just from you looking at it. So that's a good tip. Always look something over. Not also, you can find stuff that's wrong with it too. Maybe you don't want it at all. Maybe you can try to negotiate it for a discount. So always, even if it's a thing that either works or doesn't, like a garden hoe, still spend 15 seconds, look at it closely. You never know when it might pay off. Number 11, only buy things that are good value. It doesn't matter how much you need something, only buy it if it's a good value. And for me, that means I could resell it in 3 years for the exact same price that I paid for it or more than I paid for it today. Okay? The key is, to know when to stop. Don't have 4 lawnmowers sitting in your garage. If you find a nicer one, know when to sell and move on the other ones. Okay, so to keep the cycle going. The same things you benefit from, go ahead and help pay that forward and help someone else out. Okay. If you are unclear of the product because of poor pictures or a poor ad, you can always ask for the model number or the type, the brand, make of it. When you get that information, look it up on Amazon, look up Blue Book reviews of it, other reviews on other outside sites, the specs. Make sure that it's something that is rated well and make sure that people have good experience with it. Find the MSRP on it, figure out how much it was worth, so that you can kind of get an idea of how much it's worth today. Okay? This 13 goes with safety. Keep your wits about you, okay? And then, of course, do not give personal information out. So when you are interested in something, that initial email, you should never give your name in that initial email. If you're emailing, don't give your phone number in that initial email. If you're texting, don't give your email in that initial text. So keep the personal information. If someone does ask for your name, make up something or shorten your name, give a nickname, something that's not personally identifying, okay? 14, don't feel bad walking away from a potential sale. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes, you get excited about something and then you get there and it's like, oh man, I don't really need this. It's not in great condition. The seller might be angry, kind of ticked with you, but you're probably never going to see him again. Number 15, have fun. Guys, if nothing else, this is a fun way to kind of get to meet new people, even for a short period. Maybe explore a new city, drive around, look at some new houses. For me personally, I get some sort of enjoyment out of just talking to old guys about their, tools or whatever else I'm looking at buying from them. Or even, you show up to someone's house and, they're all alone, and the sense of relief when they see someone, who walks in a professional and respectable manner, that just feels good. It feels good to utilize other people's stuff that they don't want, but that you can use. So, for me personally, I'm passionate about restoration. I don't have the numbers, but if you think about all the millions and millions of dollars of usable junk that gets thrown into, the landfill every single year, it's kind of sickening, actually. It's stuff that could have been bought, it could have been sold, repaired, and why wasn't it? It's because people were too afraid to engage in simple transaction. Instead, they just decided it'd be easier to pay to throw it into a landfill. You see, the simple act of buying and selling is what human civilization was essentially built upon. You don't need to play Monopoly with your friends. Just go out, practice buying, selling, bartering, trading in your local community. Okay? What's the worst that could happen? There are small odds that you could end up at your boss's house buying some old embarrassing snowblower or something, okay? Or, maybe you're the boss and you end up at your employee's house buying their old 15-year-old car. Equally embarrassing, right? Either way, just take it in stride and realize you are promoting a lifestyle where products are shifted from storage to those who need them and utilize them. Efficiency. So you are essentially helping to create efficiency in the market by participating in this. So, this is truly, regardless of race, color, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, this buying, selling, trading, we're all part of a great culture of that, okay? Let's keep it that way moving forward. So, hopefully this video has convinced you to get into your local Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, whatever your local venue is of trading. Check it out. This is your personal finance professor signing off for now.